1997, actually in 1993, and kind of was living back and forth between Vallejo and Oakland, and then decided to make my home here in Vallejo in 2010. I love Vallejo, and decided also at that time to begin to build my organization, Club Stride Incorporated, and open the doors of the organization in 2011. So I am the executive director and founder of Club Stride Incorporated. I'm also an ordained pastor. I have been since 2015, and just a community leader, someone who loves people. I worked for almost 19 years for Kaiser Foundation Health Plan. I worked in the Office of Board and Corporate Governance Services, directly staffing the board of directors there, and worked in a number of different capacities, mainly focused on data and the distribution of very confidential data to the board of directors. For many years, working with their board of directors, understanding what nonprofits are about, what board of directors are about, how nonprofits work with the community. It's just a host of valuable information I received from working with Kaiser's board of directors. It was an awesome opportunity. Growing up, the people who were most instrumental in impacting my life were family members, my mom and my grandmother in particular. I grew up in had a very difficult upbringing. We were very poor, and although we didn't have a lot of some of the very basic needs in life, we were very happy because I didn't know anything else. During that time, one of the things that stood out to me was that there weren't a lot of men. My grandfather, although he was there, wasn't very instrumental and wasn't really in my life. My father wasn't really in my life. My uncles, I have one maternal uncle who was in the military during most of my younger years. I would see him now and then. But I saw women. I saw women working. I saw women managing every aspect of life. Very strong, very determined, very proud, very loving people. And that's really what kind of shaped my life and shaped who I am today. I think the greatest obstacle in my life was trusting the wrong people, learning how to be in the community. Because even when I was growing up, my mom was so busy, my grandmother was so busy with just life. We were like a lot of families here and all over the nation who just were not community engaged, were not engaged in the community. And so I didn't understand. We were very private. We did things together, but we really didn't get out in the community. And so it took a while for me to get used to kind of putting myself out there and being more involved in the community and learning who to trust and learning taking my time with people and learning to understand people, because working in the community, you can't always want to have things your way. You have to be willing to compromise, and you learn very quickly when you're working in the community that people have different ways of thinking and going about things, and that you can't allow to be an obstacle for you to overcome or get what it is you want to get out in whatever you're doing. Women who have been elected to office have this awesome opportunity to show the nation something different. My hope is that the newly elected officials, those dignitaries who are women, who are walking in position of influence and authority, will not let those women down, those young women down, those girls down. That they will take a new approach to politics, that they will understand their power and walk in their greatness and not allow the current system to dictate to them the ultimate outcome that they'll have on politics and on the lives of the young women who are watching them. So there's so much that young women can glean from this wonderful surge of women in power, and I pray and hope that the women who have been given this opportunity don't let them down. I think what I'd like to leave the audience with is that we all need each other, and that the struggle only exists because we choose not to work with each other, to care about each other, to support each other. It only exists because everyone is out for their own self. And in that scenario, some people are always going to win and some people are going to lose. I grew up on that losing end. I was hurt. I was damaged. I went through so much as a young woman. And I stand here before you today not because of what somebody else did, not really even because of how I was inspired by whoever and whatever, but because I made a decision. I made a decision to make sure that the choices that I made not only were thought out in terms of how they impacted me, but how they impacted others. And we have the power as people to impact the world. Every, ripple effect that comes from me, I hope will generate love and kindness and peace and joy. And I just like to leave that with everyone. If you don't know me, this is who I am. This is me. I do love everyone.